Ty just did a show in Romania, the one that we thought was a listening party, and he played a lot of songs that might end up on Vultures 2. So today I want to talk about that and also about some of the other things that Kanye has been doing over the past couple of days. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So in the last video on Kanye and Ty and Vultures 2, I talked about this Instagram story from Ty where he teased a Romania show on April 26th, and at that point I thought that that was going to be a listening party. It wasn't. What it turned out to be was a hip-hop takeover show that is celebrating some anniversary, and Ty was there to perform as well as a special guest, I guess. We had some pictures of the stage getting set up for him. Apparently this was some bigger event that I just wasn't aware of. Let me know if you know anything more about that, or even if you attended that show in Romania. But what is most interesting about this is that he played some songs there that are not only from him. I guess the majority of his set was his songs because he was the one that was the guest and it wasn't all about Kanye. I mean, we also gotta still appreciate Ty as a solo artist and not just in the Vultures combination. But still, here's a couple of the songs that he played there. First of all, there was Carnival and people went crazy again. I guess this is one of the songs that, you know, live is just 1,000 times better, I can imagine. But then, interestingly, also Paperwork was played. So also a Vultures 1 song, and it seemed like those were the songs that were most hyped by the fans. So the fans definitely wanted something connected to Ye and $, connected to Vultures 2. And then, I mean, that was kind of the highlight. There was Everybody also being played, a song that we haven't heard in a bit, and even some people lost hope for after the last leaked track list that we got, the one I went over in the last video that I didn't feature Everybody. I mean, it did feature Slide, Time Moving Slow, all of those fan favorites that we want on Vultures 2, but there wasn't Everybody, and that was one of the songs that people were most excited about ever since, I mean, December of last year when we had those first Las Vegas listening parties and all of that happened. So this was a song that people want with the crazy sample and Backstreet Boys sample. And I know there were some problems with the sample. Kanye's been involved in some sampling issues and some, you know, kind of differences in opinion over the past couple of weeks as well. Still, we want the song and it was played there. Hopefully, it can get added to the track list. The tracks that we went over in the last video was only from early April, so it might have gotten changed since then. And the day that we get it, May 3rd, which is the release date for Vultures 2, as we got confirmed by Kanye on the Download podcast with Justin LeBoy. Until then, some stuff can still happen, and it's crazy. That's in 6 days, I believe. That's crazy. We're getting Vultures 2 in 6 days. It's a lot more to cover, so I'm hoping that we get more info on this. I'll keep y'all updated. Now, I also quickly wanted to touch on something that's been making the rounds over the past couple of days, which is Yeezy Porn. And people wondering, is Kanye venturing into the adult film industry? I mean, we had this announcement that was a couple of days ago where Kanye was announcing this. Also, we had some pictures of apparently a shooting, so people were actually thinking that this was going to be adult entertainment and that Kanye is now really, you know, going off track from his, you know, Christian way that he was propagating all over Jesus is King or over Donda. But then interestingly, we had FaZe Banks comment on one of those posts and say that it's not actual adult film industry content, but that Kanye knows what he's doing, let us cook. So people were then wondering, okay, is he just doing all of this to stir controversy by calling it that and making people believe that it's actually going to be that? And I've seen some theories all over Twitter that this could just be a clothing line. You know, for example, Ye Fanatic said most likely Yeezy Porn is a clothing line, accessories, even toys, similar to those that Kanye already worked on in 2018. And Don the Times also posted this. It would explain where we saw Ye working on female underwear and Bianca going out with provocative outfits. So maybe that is connected to it. Also, the whole wet thing that they had going on, maybe that's connected to it as well. It's kind of weird. Like, it's kind of weird to talk about it. I mean, a lot of people were very, very creeped out when this was first announced because they were like, this isn't the old Kanye, so we have to let him work. I can honestly see that this is some sort of calculated move and that it is a clothing line. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, it's there. Let's see how this all turns out. I'm more here for the music, so I want Vultures too. I don't care about the rest of the stuff. Also, something that I just wanted to touch on real quick is that after he announced the new clothing line, he deactivated his socials again. So he just went on Instagram again or on Twitter and announced that. And then we have pictures of his Instagram being disabled or deactivated, and also his X account or Twitter. So Kanye's off the grid again. Hopefully that means he's working very hard on the album, but it could just be another move that is kind of to confuse people. I don't know. Also, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, that Kanye is the cover story for the new Hypebeast magazine, and we have some new pictures by Oz Taylor, who photographed Kanye for that magazine, and it is the first time that he's wearing those Vultures masks actually in a shooting. And there's a couple of other pictures, you might have seen them with a black mask as well, but I just think it's cool that we also have those Vultures accessories now also being displayed on Kanye himself. He's been wearing weird masks during the listening parties, but to see the ones that he himself is selling and that he wants to be out there as the Vultures mask is cool. Also, one last thing, we talked about that collab of Kanye and Forbats a couple of weeks ago as well, when we could see that Forbats was on a FaceTime call with Ye, and that he apparently turned in a verse that wasn't that good, to be honest. We now have footage of the two of them, he actually posted this himself, Forbats, of Forbats and Kanye working on music together, actually being in the studio. So it might, be that we're getting those snippets, those verses that we heard in a real good version, and that is actually coming out. It's not just a verse that Kanye sent. They're in the studio together making music. Could be that Forbats is on Vultures 2 or 3, which would be a crazy rise to fame because that guy was unknown a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see how this all turns out. But that's all the latest Kanye news. We have that Thai show that was probably the biggest thing when it comes to the music. The whole new clothing line by Kanye, the deactivated socials, the Hypebeast cover, and the new Forbats collab. Let me know which of all those things you find most exciting. It got to be the Thai show because we got music played. And until Vultures 2 drops next week in only 6 days, I'll make sure to keep you updated, so make sure you stay subscribed not to miss out on any of that. And until then, I want to know what y'all think about this. Do you think that everybody will actually make it onto the track list of Vultures 2? What do you think about the new clothing line? What is it? Is it film? Is it clothing? Let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.